Today I'm going to share with you a review of the Spectra S1 pump. This is one of my absolute favourite pumps that I always recommend to clients. So I'm going to talk you through a little bit about how it works and the things that I love about it. There are so many brands of breast pumps available these days, and it's really confusing as an expectant or new parent to know which one to buy. Lots of the common brands that we know of you can find easily in stores, but there's a few other little known brands that you can only get online that are actually some gems and some of the best pumps that you can invest your money in. Now, into the review of the Spectra, because I'm really excited to talk about this. Firstly, just want to say I bought this pump myself for my own personal use, not being paid for this or anything else. I just happen to really love it. Now, the first thing to note about this pump is it is a hospital grade pump. Hospital grade pumps, however, are about as powerful and effective as you can get with a breast pump. It's also designed to be used over a longer period of time. So these are designed to be used up to about 1,000 hours. So when you get your Spectra S1 pump, now you'll notice that there are two versions of this. There's the S1 and the S2. The S1 is the blue one, the S2 is pink in this area. The only difference between the two is that the S2 must be plugged in to be used. The S1 has a rechargeable battery. That's one of the reasons why I went for this one. It only retails at I think about 15 or 20 pounds more expensive than the S2. But I liked the fact that it meant that it was more portable for me and I didn't always have to be near a power point. So when you get your Spectra out of the box, here's what you have. You'll have your main pump unit, which is here. You've got your charging cable for the battery. You can also run it while it's just plugged in if you want to. You're going to have two of these flanges. Now they come with a standard size in the box. It's a good idea to measure yourself and make sure that that fits you. And you can order replacements either from Spectra or you can get them online from Amazon things as well. So you've got two of those. With each of those, what you've also got is this valve. So this is your duckbill valve that attaches to the bottom. It comes with two bottles and teats to go with them. And then it also comes with these. So these are your air tubing that connects up to the pump. So when you first go to use your pump, really easy to do. All you need to do is take the end of this air tubing and they plug into the front here. Now it's got this little cover here so that you can use it with the cover on just as a single pump, or you can take that off and use it as a double. So all you do is you take that little end of the air tubing, you push it on there, the other end is connected to your little membrane cap, and then that part plugs into your flange. So you just plug that into there like that, pop your duckbill valve on over the bottom, and then you screw your bottle on, and then you're all ready to go. When it comes to actually using the pump, it's pretty straightforward to use. You've got your blue on button here, so use that one to turn it on and it will start working. It's not actually too noisy as far as breast pumps go. I don't mind it too much. You've got a couple of options here with your settings, your cycle and your vacuum. So the cycle adjusts how quickly it sucks, and then the vacuum adjusts the strength of it. This little wave button in the middle lets you switch between the stimulation and then the actual kind of pumping cycle. So you'll notice that if we press that, it switches to the quicker cycle. Now with either one of them, you can adjust them as you will. So you can set it where you like it to be. So on that quicker one, if you want to, what you want to kind of do in terms of actually setting it up is you want to have one cycle set up with high cycle and low suction, low vacuum. That's going to be your stimulation that you start pumping on. Then once you see that you've got milk flowing and that letdown has happened, you then press that little wave button, and what we switch to is a lower cycle and higher suction. So this is that actual kind of slower draw where you're expressing more milk. The other thing that I love about this pump is that it's got this handy little night light up under here. This is fantastic for pumping at night time. It makes such a difference, and it's actually bright enough that you can you can see what you're doing. You can change your baby's nappy. I've even read a book by it before. Like, it works really, really well. It's got two different brightness settings, so if you press it again it goes brighter and then it turns off. So you've got a couple of different settings on that as well. So here's the things that I absolutely love about this pump. It's really good value for money. When you compare the cost of this, so in the UK this is between 150 and 170 pounds. It's often on special or on discount. When you compare that to a lot of other leading brands of consumer grade pumps, many of them you will pay between 150 and 200 pounds for a consumer grade pump. And remember, this is a hospital grade pump, so it's much stronger and much more effective. So I think value for money wise, it's great. The second thing that I love about it is it works really well. It's a really good quality pump. I've used this myself. I recommend it to clients all the time, and I find that compared to a lot of other leading brands out there, it's much more efficient and effective in terms of what it's doing. The next thing that I love about it is I love kind of the convenience factor. Even though it's a hospital grade pump, I love that it's a rechargeable battery. You can really easily carry it around the house with you. It's not actually particularly heavy. I love the fact that it's got that little night light on it, which is really useful when you're pumping overnight, or even just to have it by your bed and use it as a night light with a young baby. And I have actually before taken this out in the car with me when I'm out working and sat in the car and pumped, and it's really not that difficult. So you can, take it, it's portable to go to work and things like that if you need to, because it's got that rechargeable battery. When it comes to cleaning the pump, there's not really that much that you have to clean. It's just literally bottle, flange and your little duckbill valve. You don't need to and don't want to wash your air tubing. You don't want to get any water in that, so you don't need to do anything like that. You can just wipe down the outside of it if it gets anything on it. There are only a couple of things that I don't like about this pump. It is a very, very short list. The first thing that I don't like is this connector here. I just feel like it's a little bit flimsy, and I think if they had it in such a way where they had actually sort of like a plastic end to this, a firmer connector that you could plug in, it would just be easier. This works, it does the job fine, but it is kind of a little bit awkward wiggling that little plastic tube onto the bottom there. It's not enough that I would ever say don't buy the pump because of it, but it's just a little bit annoying. Second thing just to be mindful of with this membrane, I think it's definitely worse if you ever use your pump parts wet, but you can get mold inside this membrane, so it's worth every now and then, not that you need to sort of properly wash it out under normal circumstances because it doesn't have milk going in it, but it's worth every now and then just pulling your membrane apart and just letting it air dry. If you have washed all your pump parts, they're not quite dry, and then you use your pump, it does suck some moisture through into this, and you can find that moisture then gets trapped in there, so it's worth every now and then just pulling that apart and just letting it air dry, giving it a bit of a wipe over to make sure that you don't get any mold or anything like that going into it. So when it comes to this pump, I'd say it's a really, really good all-rounder pump. If you are thinking you're going to be pumping for a long period of time, if you want to invest in a pump that's going to last you your whole breastfeeding journey, potentially more than one child, it's a really, really good option. If you're struggling with low milk supply and you know that you're going to be pumping for that, it's also a really good option to go for and a worthwhile investment. If you've got a really well-established supply and you're looking for a pump to use when you go back to work or things like that, you might find that a more compact, more portable pump might work better for you. But if you're an expectant parent or a new parent, you're investing in something from the beginning and you want it to kind of do everything for you and be the best value for money, then I personally would have no trouble recommending the Spectra. I'd love to hear down below what your favourite pumps are, if you've tried this one, if you found it really useful or not, or if you have any other recommendations. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday, everything from birth to breastfeeding to life with your newborn, and I look forward to seeing you next time.